A tranquil forest at sunrise, the sound of birds chirping and leaves rustling fills the air. The camera pans slowly, focusing on a lone tiger cub walking hesitantly through the underbrush. Soft, melancholic music plays in the background. Alone, hungry, helpless, this tiger cub, barely a few months old, has lost the one thing every wild animal needs to survive: its mother. She succumbed to illness, leaving her baby to face a harsh and unforgiving world. The cub stumbles over a fallen branch, its tiny body weak and trembling. Its soft cries echo in the empty forest. For days, she wandered aimlessly through the dense forest, searching for food and shelter. But survival in the wild is merciless, especially for the young and defenseless. Her fragile frame grew thinner, her energy dwindled, and her spirit began to fade. A man, middle-aged, rugged, with kind eyes, walks through the forest with a small group of sanctuary staff. He notices the cub and stops in his tracks. Just as the cub was on the verge of collapse, a kind-hearted man stumbled upon her. What he saw was not just a wild animal in distress, but a life worth saving. The man kneels, offering the cub water from a small bottle. The cub hesitates before drinking. In that moment, an unspoken bond was formed. It was as if the cub knew the stranger was her last hope. The man speaks with his team, the group clearly debating the risks of taking in a wild tiger. Close-up shots show concern and doubt on their faces. The decision was far from easy. Taking in a tiger cub, especially one that would grow into a powerful predator, was a gamble many would never dare to take. Friends and colleagues warned him, calling it reckless and dangerous. Flashback scenes of news reports show human-animal conflicts and injuries caused by wild animals. But this man saw something different. He saw not just a tiger, but a soul in need of kindness. And sometimes a leap of faith is all it takes to change a life. The man gently lifts the cub into his arms, carrying her out of the forest. At the man's modest home, the cub is placed on a soft blanket near a warm fireplace. She's hesitant but too weak to resist. From the very first night, he treated her not as a wild animal, but as part of his family. He named her Tara, a name that means star, for he believed she was destined to shine. The man feeds Tara milk from a bottle, her tiny paws resting on his hand. He sits beside her as she sleeps peacefully. He spent every waking moment caring for her, feeding her, comforting her, and most importantly, earning her trust. Tara's playful side begins to emerge. She chases after a ball in the backyard, tumbling over herself. The man laughs heartily. As days turned into weeks, Tara began to heal. Her playful nature shone through, melting the heart of everyone who met her. The man strokes Tara's fur as she purrs softly, a sound rarely heard from tigers. But behind those moments of joy lay a constant reminder. Tara was no ordinary pet. She was a tiger, a creature of the wild, destined for a life far beyond human care. Tara grows quickly, her playful pounces becoming more powerful. The man is knocked over but laughs, brushing off the dirt. As Tara grew, so did the challenges. Feeding her became a full-time job, and her strength was no longer something to take lightly. But through it all, the bond they shared only deepened. Neighbors expressed concern, and the man addresses their fears calmly. Many doubted his decision, questioning his safety and the future of his family. But he stood firm, driven by a belief that love and understanding could overcome fear. Tara learns commands, responding obediently to the man's voice. She bathes and plays gently with the toy. His dedication was unwavering. Every day, he taught Tara how to coexist with the world around her, ensuring she retained the instincts she'd need when the time came to return to the wild. The man walks with Tara through a dense forest, the camera capturing their final moments together. The day they both dreaded finally arrived. Tara's place was in the wild, and the man knew he couldn't hold on to her forever. With a heavy heart, he released her into the forest, watching as she disappeared into the trees. The man returns home, the house now quieter, emptier. He looks at photos of Tara on his phone. The days that followed were filled with silence and longing. He missed her presence, her playful antics, her unwavering trust. Months later, the man revisits the forest. Suddenly, a familiar figure emerges from the shadows. Tara, now fully grown, runs toward him. Their story was far from over. Tara hadn't forgotten her savior. She returned, not as a tiger of the wild, but as a friend, a companion, a reminder of the bond they shared. The man and Tara play together in the forest, their connection as strong as ever. Love, they say, knows no boundaries. Tara and her rescuer prove that even the wildest hearts can be tamed by kindness. The man sits by the fire, looking at the stars, a serene smile on his face. A photo of him and Tara sits on the table beside him. Their story is a testament to the power of compassion and the unbreakable bonds we can form with the world around us. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more incredible tales of love and courage to life. Together, we can celebrate the beauty of our shared world.